copy of written minutes. Tapes are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. First item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held February 14, 2019.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Jim Clark. I was just curious if all the testing that is available to secure the safety of our church is being performed by ViberTech.
As we went into before, it will be by ViberTech, and the contractor removing the rock is also retaining a company to do vibration monitoring.
Right, what I'm asking is, are all testing that are available to secure the safety of the church being
Yeah.
used? Right, what I'm asking is, are all testing that are available to secure the safety of the church being
Yeah.
used?
Yes,
They are,
yes.
they are.
Any other guests concerning county business at this time?
Go ahead, Joe, defer to you first. Yeah, Joe Marks, up here or down there?
You can come up.
Okay.
You want to be on camera?
But the project here on Susquehanna Street, we're gonna spend approximately about $15 million, I'd say, right? Till we're done with the incidentals inside, it's gonna be
Yeah,
15.
probably 13. Yeah.
Okay. Parking's gonna be about $4.5 million, office space about $10.5 million. If you run a national average on $4.5 million, that's about 41,000 in parking spot, which is about double the national average, which we are not in Hollywood, which we cannot afford, nor does I think it serves the purpose of spending this kind of money. I'm not opposed of building another building, I'm not opposed of needing more parking. I am opposed of not being accountable and spending the amount of money that it takes to perform something like this that doesn't equal its value in return, or do I think it fits what it is? If you go to $10 million on the office space, because that's what, if you do about $5 million in parking and $10 million in the office, that's like $400 a square foot. That's like $225 above the national average, which does not come close to what we can afford. Do we need a building? Absolutely. Do we have to put something up that's 2.5 times what it should cost us here? No. Not when we have like 20% of the people maybe living on a fixed income, and about 55 to 65% of our people living paycheck to paycheck. That takes about 85% of our county living on a fixed income every week. This is not affordable. Again, do we need parking? Yes. Do we need downtown more office? I agree 100% with Bill. We're in an 1850 building, and it's 2019. We definitely need space. But does this help us? I don't think so. One thing I don't understand either is, if we're gonna put $15 million into this building, say we get it appraised, and it appraises at like $7 million. If you run the numbers on these buildings, no contractor, no investor would ever build this. Because your income ratio to outcome ratio is like 3 times what it should be, considering the fact that we're gonna pay the heat bill, the light bill, a maintenance bill, not expecting to put a new roof sometime down the road, a new heating system in. There's no way this works out. There's no way. Again, do we need space and parking? Absolutely. But not to the ratio of this. So my question is, one question, if I was to put this up for $15 million, and I was gonna sell it to you, and it appraised at $7 million, would you buy it? No, you wouldn't, because you just can't buy anything that doesn't appraise for the value. But it's okay to build something when it's 2 or 3 times the value as the taxpayer's dollar, but not a responsible spending way. That's no good. No good. You have to be somewhat accountable. Every foundation I ever did and the homeowner built, I said to them, we can only spend $10,000, well, it costs $50,000. Well, they would never do it, because it's about affordability and accountability. This is not about affordability and accountability. I want to give an example of that. You say the YMCA, shouldn't buy the YMCA, right? Because it only appraises at $400,000. Let's run it. 500,000. It ain't gonna matter at 100,000. It ain't even gonna matter at $1 million when you say these numbers, because it doesn't work no matter how you run it. But if you say $500,000 to the YMCA, and we run numbers at half what this is gonna cost, you got 30 parking spots up there. At $40,000, what you're gonna pay here, that's $1 million in parking. Duke's selling you the building too cheap at $1 million. If you're running numbers at 9,000 square feet, at $175, which is not what we're paying, which is the national average, that's like $1.5 million. Duke's building's like $2.5 million. For $1 million, which we already rented for 20 years and paid it twice over in rent, is ridiculous. But yet, you stand here, okay, over at the AMP, you bought that for $95,000, right? What was the total cost we put in that building? Roughly under $1 million, right about $1 million.
Roughly.
Roughly.
Was that high?
Close enough. Let's go get it appraised. 300,000, maybe? So we're already triple spending on what it appraises at. Because who would buy that for $1 million? Nobody.
Well, would you agree that it had cost that much to build that building?
I don't know if you need that kind of space. I don't quite understand that, but all I'm saying is the way you run an appraisal value versus your buying value, it doesn't even come close. If you had to buy this off of me for $15 million and only appraised at $7 million, there's no way you're paying me for it, right? Understandable?
Yeah, understandable, and,
And I have
mean,
proposals too, because I know, I agree again.
Okay, in our ordinance, you're allowed 3 minutes, okay?
We're talking $15 million. It's way worth more than 3 minutes.
I understand that. But in the YMCA incident that you gave us, we were gonna purchase, they wanted $825 for that building when it was appraised at $500,000. These are the issues we run into here in the borough. Normally, they want more money than their buildings are worth. We sat and talked to the owners of a navigation building before they started renovations to see if they wanted to sell it. They did not want to sell it.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, when you appraise something and spend, it's okay for you to spend 3 times what it's worth when it's you doing it, but when it's a building that's already in place and doesn't appraise the value, but when you run the numbers the way you spend them, the YMCA at $1 million, when you already paid for it twice in rentals, it's a no-brainer. We should buy it. And even when you run the numbers, half of the numbers on this, I'm using the YMCA as an example, because when you run the numbers versus the YMCA, it's like 3 times less than what you guys spend when you do something. That's what I'm trying to
But if
explain.
we can't purchase it by law, what are we gonna do?
Well, look at this law. Does this make sense? Hell no.
If that's what.
Is this taxpayer
Then here's the
responsibility? No
disagreement.
way.
That you're saying it would come in at 7 million.
Well, I'm
We don't
trying to
know
tell you,
that.
if you
We-
run them numbers on the 25,000 square feet,
Okay.
basing it at $20 a square foot rental space, which is $5 a square foot higher than you get around here, I'm trying to tell you, with the money value that you put in versus the value that would go out, it's not even close. Nobody would even do it. Here's another example, because I do agree we need it. I don't think this is being affordable and accountable. That's all I'm trying to say. My proposal, I don't know if you could put piers at the courthouse annex parking lot, put a story on top of that and connect it to this building. I don't know. And it's a building that would still be close proximity to downtown, and you're gonna gain the space that you need. I think you could easily demolish the building down there, and parking is another issue down there. I mean, you've been here 20-some years, all your life. Watch the 2 trucks that they pull in and out. It's like air traffic controlling down there to get 2 vehicles in and out of that garage. I mean, they gotta stop traffic.
You understand that?
That's unsafe, so to put 110 cars there, that's not gonna help. But I think we could put a parking lot, a parking deck, as you go past Subway, when that elevation rises, we could easily put a single story or even 2-story, because once you rise above the street, it's not gonna hurt the view or take away from what we call like the historic property here. And you could build one and get probably 2.5 times the car space versus the one that you're getting there. And on weekends, you're gonna earn money back. Or you're just gonna rent these 110 spaces out on weekends?
We will have 110 spaces available to begin with, and you'll have to talk to the sheriff about the security, and it's gonna be a secure building.
Okay, so what I'm saying is probably not. So there's another expense to the taxpayer not to get any money back in this investment. That's what I'm trying to say to you. When you just, a little bit of business and common sense, this doesn't work. There's no way this works on paper. I mean, no way. But up here at the county, where the parking lot rises, you could easily put a 1-story parking deck as big as you want, and the county will gain money back from that. Here, we don't gain any money back. We're gonna lose money. And Don't forget, not only 15 million, it's a light bill every day, it's a heat bill every day, it's replacing everything.
But we're gonna have that expense no matter what, with you agreeing with the building, no matter where we put
Absolutely,
it,
but-
we're really gonna have those expenses.
But not in these numbers.
Okay.
Not in these numbers.
Anything else? We'll have to move on here.
Yes. I know you're gonna run for commissioner again, congratulations, and I appreciate all the time and effort. Please do not pull a stunt like Charlie Getz and Bill O'Rourke did 5 years ago. Okay?
Wait a minute, Joe. I take offense to saying I
You
pulled a
should for
stunt.
what that stunt, premeditated stunt.
It wasn't.
of Charlie. and
Wait a
Bill.
minute,
Okay.
wait a minute.
This has nothing to do with
That
the
was not a
project.
Yes, it
premeditated
does.
stunt.
I want you to run for the right reasons, not the wrong
Okay.
reasons.
Joe, wait a minute. I want to address this because he mentioned me. Do you think I ran under a stunt that if I lost, I would get an appointment? Because if you did, you're 100% wrong. I ran to win that office, and I
I'm not
worked
saying you
8 years.
didn't run that,
Well,
absolutely.
what are you saying I pulled a stunt for?
Well, why did you retire a week later and you got elected back again?
I didn't retire. I was voted out of office.
Voted out of office, okay, and then you
That's
got back
right,
in.
because the judge appointed me. That wasn't part of a stunt, Joe. And I resent that allegation, and you're so far off base on that.
I'm not.
Yes,
That's
you
my
are.
opinion. But
Well,
it doesn't
you're so
matter.
far off base. I didn't run under a stunt. I ran to get elected to that office.
Just please fulfill your term.
Okay, let's move on.
I'll tell you what, Joe, that's really low.
Hi, good morning, Chris Savage from Jim Thorpe. Commissioners, we had conditional approval from Jim Thorpe this week, so when can we expect, kind of the first pick to hit the rock on the Susquehanna? What's the best guesstimate?
Sometime in March.
Sometime in March. Okay, thank you. And I know 2 weeks ago it was brought up here about the operating costs for the Susquehanna project. Mr. Marks just reiterated, emphasizing the cost to operate it. So is anything being done so that the citizens will know how much per year it will cost us in addition to actual building it?
I did talk to the architect on that. They do not have the numbers. It is a green building. It will be more efficient than current buildings we already have. So we don't have a different number of that.
Okay, but, okay, then I will simply assume that someone's working those numbers so that we can start planning our budget accordingly for that. I will talk about security and parking. U.S. embassies in the most dangerous countries in the world have vehicles come in and out them every day. So a parking lot in Jim Thorpe can't have parking going in and out. Please come with me. I work for the U.S. Department of State. I'll be more than happy to talk to Sheriff Harvilla and explain to him how it can be done and how it can be done to raise money for the county and give back into our budget. I did notice last week a member of the Planning Commission announced that they would be departing the area and a member would have to be, I'm assuming, a member would have to be named to that commission. Talking to the folks from Liberty Power the other night up in Packer Township, who are doing the wind turbine or have the proposed, their expectation.
No, that has nothing to do with.
Wait, excuse me, Chairman. Or have the proposed, their expectation.
No, that has nothing to do with.
Wait, excuse me, Chairman. Or have the proposed, their expectation.
No, that has nothing to do with.
Wait, excuse me, Chairman.
No, that has nothing to do with. No, that has nothing to do with.
Yes, according to them, they believe it's really gonna be a quick term on the permitting and applications. So my question is there anything in any financial arrangements that any of the commissioners have that may influence their decision on who the next member of the Planning Commission will be, since they will have to have an input on this project?
Mr. Lukasevich,
Yeah.
you are implying that we are going to appoint someone that would have some kind of we would have some kind of an interest in that appointment or get something to gain by it. Now,
No,
you have-
not personal gain. No,
you
I'm
have,
asking.
accused us
No.
of things in the past
No,
of being paid by the architect to go to the Jim Thorpe meetings, or? the person
No,
who-
I did not, you're
But it's
incorrect.
been
Check the
implied
record,
that-
no,
yeah.
implied is not anything,
But
I've never
implied
said that.
that we were-
Commissioner, no, sir, now, we do know that money was received from an individual whose position was conditional on you, this Board of Commissioners, vote yea or nay. Go to the public records
Okay,
that
move
Mr. O'Rourke directed us to. We do know that the main
That's your opinion.
the main individual who's gonna have the benefit from those wind turbines made a $2,500 campaign contribution. That's undue influence, it's public record. Mr. O'Rourke directed the community to Lisa Dart's office at Bureau of Election. $2,500 campaign contribution, $2,500 campaign contribution by John and Sharon Kovach. Who has 3,000 acres where every single one of those turbines going? The Kovaches. Let the record state that, please. Thank you.
Any other guests concerning county business?